Hi and welcome to Psychometric Recruitment, and this is a walkthrough video which will explain the business opportunity that we want to talk about here today with Psychometric Recruitment. Now, as a business itself, it should be a well remunerated business with £6,000 per year as the annual license fee, which you can pay monthly, so you can actually earn as you go, so it really shouldn't see you out of pocket. There's no stock purchase necessary, and full online training is actually provided. And this should be an immediate income generator. If you already have a client base, then this is just expanding your product portfolio to add to your revenue stream. So what we're looking at here, well, we want you to become a licensed vendor for psychometric recruitment and enjoy a great income stream, helping employers make better recruitment decisions using personality reports, psychological profiling. All employers are looking to cut costs in this present climate, and with psychometric recruitment, they can cut costs and improve their previous service at the same time. So it's quite an unusual situation, but we do believe that is the case. Now here's what's special about this for you, the licensed vendor. The delivery of the service is entirely automated and online. So you only have to focus on finding customers and keeping that relationship happy. So this means there's no limit to the number of customers you can service, and therefore no limit to the income you can earn. So if you have 100 customers or 10 customers, you can still deliver that service without having to have 10 times the number of people, because the actual legwork, if you like, the delivery of the service is using the technology that we've developed. Sales are cumulative as the product is consumable. Most employers recruit on a regular basis, so every time you add a client, effectively you add to your regular income. And here's one of the most unique features. This is very unusual in any business model, but you have complete control over the price that you charge. So we have given you the power to sit, understand the customer, and negotiate the price, the best price that you can get for that package of services. So we feel that empowering you as our licensed vendor is more important than us dictating a simple price structure. Okay, so what does it take to be a licensed vendor? Who does it work for? Well, obviously a background in recruitment would really help, particularly if you have a client list, because that way you can hit the ground running. Even when using a recruitment agency, many employers buy their profiling direct. They'll go directly to Thomas International or SHL or a couple of others. And that's money that always bypasses you, even if you are an agency. And for me, it always seems it would make more sense if they would just buy it from you. But most employers will not pay the markup to an agency for providing a service that they could buy directly cheaper. With psychometric recruitment, that isn't the case. They get this service from you. Or if you've got a consultancy background where you're helping companies with sort of human relations issues, then this would be ideal for you because it's a perfect fit. Using personality profiling during recruitment just makes sense for everyone. And now, with the most cost-effective service at your fingertips, it makes even more sense. So perhaps where you may have avoided this and just left it to the other suppliers, maybe now you should consider it as it adds value to what you offer in general, and it makes life easier for the employer. Why would they deal with two suppliers if they could deal with one? And surely it's better that you get the money than somebody else. And it's a global service, and we're looking for vendors worldwide. Licenses will be strictly limited, as we do not want you competing against other licensed vendors, and we reserve the right to have the final say in who gets a license or who doesn't. So what's the deal if you're approved as a licensed vendor? Well, you may take online or offline payments. If you take it online, then it's completely automated and the service and the reports are delivered instantly to the employer. You don't need to get involved in that. The employer makes the payment online directly. But you also have the option to take offline payments where they would send a check to you, and you also have the option to extend credit. But psychometric recruitment does not provide credit, so you must remember that it would be you that's extending the credit and therefore exposing yourself to that potential risk. In the case of an online payment, People Labs Limited, who own Psychometric Recruitment, will collect the online payments. It's all part of the technology, it's all part of the platform, so you don't need to worry about merchant accounts or Visa card details, all those kind of things. Our system actually takes care of all of that for you. So we collect all the online payments from the employer as part of the service that we provide you. Now, a percentage then of the income, around 50%, is then returned to you as commission. We tend to reconcile normally on a monthly basis, purely to keep the administration costs sensible and manageable. As a licensed vendor, you pay Psychometric Recruitment a small fixed monthly fee, around £500 per month, to cover training and support costs on an ongoing basis. And that entitles you to all of that and the facility to give away free trials and also to give the pricing and control the pricing and negotiate pricing with your clients. Okay, so how does it work? Well, the first thing you need to do right now is to register as an employer and familiarise yourself with the employer control room. And you can do that by going to psychometricrecruitment.com and just signing up. So if you do that this now, that will get you very familiar with, go in and have a play with it, you can't break anything, and do, drop us a note and tell us that you're actually interested in being a vendor and you're playing with the system. There's no charge to register, and you will be provided with free reports to try the system. So you can largely get most of the way down the line right here, right now, before you even need to speak to me or anyone else. As a licensed vendor, you'll be provided with a vendor control room as well. And if you can really work the employer's control room, then the vendor control room is even easier. It provides the vendor with specific facilities, such as when an employer makes a quote request, that quote request actually comes into your control room, and then you decide what price you're going to give, and you decide if you're going to give a free trial and how many free trials you're going to give to a client. So you've got complete control of that. So it's an entire business in a box, if you like. Of course, full video instructions are provided, as well as ongoing training and support. So you'll never be left wondering, how do I do this or how do I do that? And technically, it's easier than you could possibly imagine. Now, as a licensed vendor, you also can customize the logo and the branding of your client's experience. So you can replace the Psychometric Recruitment logo with your own if you prefer. So if you're looking for a white label solution where this is expanding your portfolio of services and you want to provide that unity front and take this as your product and present it as your product, then that's all possible as well. Now, within your vendor control room, you have the power and these are the key features to provide employers with free trials at the click of a mouse. We do not charge you for stock. You do not need to buy stock in advance. We allow you to give away as many free trials as you feel you need to in order to win orders and get business. And that's your judgment call. You're provided with the facility to give quotes directly to them in the employer's control room, and that's as simple as they have to raise the quote request, so they give the details, i.e. how many and which reports, and all you really need to do is enter what price you want to charge for that pack. And you get to take the process of and process offline orders as well, so you can monitor that, and of course you can monitor which employers have actually registered with you. So it's an entire business in a box. The technology has automated all delivery of the service. We've spent hundreds of thousands of pounds on this, and that allows you, leaving you to focus exclusively on finding and supporting clients. So this is an ideal business opportunity for someone that wants to work from home, particularly if they have a background in recruitment. But it's also perfect for recruitment agencies and companies to adopt and add to their portfolio of services. It's a very versatile business model that can accommodate all of that. And of course, management consultants who have contacts that deal with recruitment will also find this a perfect fit. And indeed, we've had many inquiries from that sector as well. Okay, here's some quick questions, typical questions that you may have, and I'll try and answer them here. So the first thing is, what about non-recruitment applications of personality profiling? And what I have to say here is that this service is specifically and exclusively for recruitment. So as part of your license agreement, as part of the customer's license agreement, you're not allowed to use this service or these reports for anything other than recruitment. And the reason for that is it doesn't quite fit. The product wouldn't quite be right. It's been written specifically to help employers, so it would be slightly off, if you like. And because of that, we're actually developing a separate product which will deal with a training audience and a development audience much better than this recruitment application. So this is specifically for recruitment. It is a recruitment application. And of course, can you run it alongside your existing business? Absolutely, and we would encourage you to do so. If you have a client base, then this is fantastic because it's just adding to your product portfolio, and you can hit the ground running and immediately add additional income to your business stream. And it's steady ongoing income that you don't need to go and deliver hands-on. Once they agree to become a customer and start buying, then it's completely self-service. They just got on with it. So it really does allow you to expand that part of the business without having to expand your team. And do you have to buy stock? And I know with some other suppliers in this sector, that's the normal way. You spend £2,000 or £3,000 and buy your own stock, and then if you're giving away free reports, then it's your stock you're giving away. But we don't do that, so you'll never have to buy stock. In fact, we will give you all the stock you need, all the free trials that you could ever want. We include all of that. And do you have to go on a training course? I know some people like going on a training course, but I think for many people, they're very time consuming and they're a pain in the neck. So we've decided no, all the training will be provided online or over the phone. We've also designed a system that's very straightforward to use and is often and mainly used, and bear in mind we've been dealing with employers for a number of years, so we understand the user in the market very well. But largely speaking, employers can pick this up and get using it within 5 minutes. So the amount of training that's required is largely non-existent, because we write in plain English, so the reports are not, you don't need to be a psychologist. We've taken that out of the equation because the reports are all written in plain English, so that the idea is that anybody could print off a report, walk into an interview and deliver a meaningful interview, because the reports are written very plainly and very straightforward language. There's no jargon involved. So, and the technology is very clever and sophisticated, but it's also very easy to use, and it took us a long time to develop technology that was this straightforward. Okay, so that's essentially us, and if you wish to take this a step further, there's contact details on this page, or you will have received an email. So do get in touch, do send us your questions, and we look forward to speaking to you again.